Hey everyone, welcome back to the 3994 podcast. Today we are joined by Roger McCush. Roger is another guest who hasn't lived in Andrew County his whole life, but has sure made an impact since he's been here. Not only that, he's a cancer survivor, and in 2020, he was named Chiefs Fan of the Year. Enjoy the show. Roger, thanks for joining us today.
You're welcome.
We appreciate you being here. I know it's like super uncomfortable to come on the podcast and me make you sit in the gold chair and talk to me, but you have a fascinating story. So I've always wanted to talk to you about stuff. So thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Tell me a little bit about living in Andrew County. It sounds like you've been here since 2007, right?
Yes. So when I got married to Donna and moved to Savannah, my dad is originally from Savannah, so that's back in the 40s. Then I have other relatives lived in Amazonia and around. So.
And you grew up, though, not necessarily in Savannah.
Correct. I'm originally from St. Joe.
Okay.
So, and went to Lafayette, had a rivalry with Savannah football, so I was familiar with Savannah football area. So it was always fun.
Has Savannah always had a good football team?
They've always beat our butt.
Lafayette. That's awesome. So what, not to age you, of course, but reunion-wise, did you go to your last Lafayette reunion?
I did go to the 50th anniversary, and then they had a 70th birthday party not too long ago, but I didn't stay very long.
Yeah.
I just went to see a few guys, and then I left.
Yeah, kind of good to get out. Well, I obviously know you from being the Chiefs Fan of the Year. What year was that?
2020.
Okay.
The first Fan of the Year that the NFL started it. So.
Unbelievable. Okay, so tell me about that experience. Did you guys have to, or did somebody have to put you up and petition for you to win Fan of the Year? Because now you know there's a Hallmark movie about the Fan of the Year.
Yes, I haven't seen the movie, but yes, I was one of the first one. I was on my way to treatment for my cancer, and a gentleman, our season rep, called me, and because the year before at the Chiefs game, there were so many Viking fans and so many Green Bay fans, and then my doctor said I can't go any more games. They cut me off. I talked to the ticket rep to tell him the Chiefs offered to help me sell my tickets, and I told him, "Oh, heck no," and that there was too many other fans I didn't want to sell them to. I wanted to say I have too many family, friends, and people at the church that would be glad to take my tickets. Mm-hmm. So he had nominated me because that was one of Clark's mottos: family, faith, and for friends. Mm-hmm. So, and then I just filled in the paperwork from there.
So that experience, when you found out that you were going to be, named the Fan of the Year, what was your response?
I was overwhelmed. In the chemo, they told me I'd get angry. I actually reversed on me. I got sentimental. So I started to cry. And my brothers were up with the announcement. We didn't know it. We thought we were going to talk to some old NFL players. And so I was overwhelmed. It was pretty cool, though.
I bet. And really the reason why you were even nominated, how long had you had season tickets?
When I retired in 2005, my younger brother, Bob, he had tickets and talked to me and my older brother, Jack, into getting season tickets too. So I got 2005 is when I started. And the wife now, she wanted to go to the game. And I told her the truck left the driveway at 5:00. You had to be in it. And she was in it.
Wow.
So then after that, we got 3 season tickets. And so we have 6 altogether.
Wow, that's amazing. And now I'm trying to figure out, why hasn't he invited me to go to a game? 6 tickets. So tell me about that whole experience. Like, it is a year-long honor, basically. So what kinds of things did you do during that time?
Well, I got to meet, talk to Crystal Coye because that was during the COVID year. I got to talk to some of the officials on what do they call it back then? Zoom.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
Zoom. Yeah.
And then they sent us some gifts, footballs. I got a football with the Hall of Fame, and I mean, fan of the year stuff. And the biggest thing was we got to go to Cleveland for the draft in 2021, and I got to announce the Chiefs pick in the 6th round,
Wow. Do you remember who the pick was?
Cornell Powell.
Wow.
And he's not with the team no more, but he had a great offseason with the UFL Football League.
Yeah,
So
that's great. That's amazing. I can't imagine what that experience was like for you, especially because at the time you had been diagnosed with cancer. What was the timeline for that? Had you just been diagnosed when you got the award, or was it like 6 months or something?
prior to that, I was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma,
Hmm.
mantle cell lymphoma. So it was right after that and during the treatment, but I was done with the treatment. And that's when the doctors told me I could go to the Cleveland for the draft.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just to talk about your experience with lymphoma, just for a few minutes. As you know, my mom had lymphoma, and so
Mm.
our family has a long history of knowing that illness and knowing what it takes to fight. How does that work, and how does the treatment plan change over that time?
They set out the guidelines. My doctor at Mosaic um, s- worked with KU and what's the big one up north?
Yeah, Mayo.
Mayo, yes. And they set a plan down and they really followed it. And then I had to do a bone marrow transplant down at KU. So then after that, wait a little bit. Then we started treatment down there. And I spike got an infection and got stuck in the hospital for a month. So, but if you follow the plan, you can survive it, but
Mhm.
you really got to follow the plan. And we followed the plan. I was pretty bored, but we followed the plan. And as my doctor said, I shouldn't be here, but
Mhm.
uh, I survived it. I bit it. I
Well,
beat
we're
it. I
sure.
fight it.
Yeah.
Yes.
We're sure glad that you did fight and that you are
Mm.
here. What does that look like for you as far as sustaining, being cancer free from lymphoma?
I'm cancer free from, I've had 3 cancers. Kidney cancer, which they just removed a kidney, and then skin cancer, because back in the days, we didn't cover up. We played ball outside and everything, and but it feels good. It feels good, and I still do follow up and still have to do CAT scans to make sure they stay on top of it. So,
There's a lot of people in our community right here in Andrew County and in Savannah who um, either are struggling with cancer, they're going through it, or they have family members who are battling. What would you say to somebody who's in the midst of treatment?
have faith, believe, and stay with the fight, and let family members help you because you can't do it all on yourself. You have to have help, a spouse or somebody that's close and you can trust, and it's going to be there to help you. So
Yeah, really
faith
well
is the
said.
big one.
I was going to say, tell us a little bit about your faith. I know that you attend church locally. Can you tell us what church and about your faith a little bit?
I go to Savannah United Methodist Church up here on the square. I used to go to South Park United Methodist Church in St. Joe, but then we transferred up here. Um, so I've been a Methodist for 70 years.
And tell me how your faith endured, going through something where maybe you would point to God and say, oh my gosh, why is this happening? How did you get through that kind of crisis of faith that a lot of people go through?
um, just kind of got to accept it, that it's there. The ministers, Pastor D and Pastor Terry, they were with me all the time. And when I was at Mosaic doing treatment, they would come and visit while I was getting treatment there. Um, you just have to accept it and know you're going to fight and battle it, that God's with you and you can do it.
Yeah, really well said. Well, your faith has caused you to do a lot of things in this community, a lot maybe they don't know Roger, maybe they don't know about your faith and how it spurs you to good deeds. So tell me about your involvement in Andrew County Ministries.
Pastor Terry wanted to know if I could volunteer. She's always asking for people to volunteer, and I told her I'd volunteer. And they needed help for a couple months on the Monday afternoons. So 2 hours I go up there, and then they needed help unloading the truck or stocking the shelves. One day a week, first of the month, I believe. So I just volunteered to do that. I used to unload trucks and stock shelves. So I felt really in it and enjoy it. It's a great outreach for people in need and needs food and stuff like that.
And you also have collected food at Brothers Market. I've seen you out there,
Yes.
right?
Through the churches, they ask for volunteers and they come up to the Brothers and collect for the food bank. So volunteer a couple hours there. A couple times I've took grandson with me. It's kind of fun. Get to meet and see the people that I don't get to see all the time.
For sure. One thing I didn't ask you about was your former career before, like your former life before retiring. So what did you do for a career all those years ago?
20 some years I worked at Affiliated Foods in Elwood, Kansas. Then after that, I went to drive a truck over the road, and that lasted 2 weeks and I quit. Then I did construction. Then I got on at Roadway and KCK, and I wanted to finish out my pension, so I became a dock city driver down there.
That's awesome. Another question I did not ask was about the Chiefs. Why in the world do you still have season tickets? Like, tell me about this journey, because you had season tickets before they were good.
Yes, we've been there when there was nobody in the stands. So it's been great to watch the Chiefs grow and the fans grow into what they are now, that the fans are full. And it's still, at Arrowhead is still family related. There's kids with parents all the time. Some of them bring in newborns, it looks like sometimes. And that's where I get to hang out with my brothers, is at the ball games.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think that the Chiefs franchise is such a good one? And is it the best in the NFL?
Is it the best? I couldn't tell you on that, but they're good because they do respect their fans, and the players respect the fans. They interact a lot, and they do listen most of the time. There's sometimes they don't listen, but we're fans.
Yeah, for sure. Best game you've ever been to?
Pardon?
Best game
My best game?
you've ever been to?
I don't know. There's been so many. I guess the Sunday we beat.
Yeah, shut them out.
Or when we beat the Buffalo Bills.
We got to mention that one.
13
second game.
I was there.
I was there too.
Somebody cried.
That was a good game.
That was a good game.
That was a great game. And what about the decibel game? Were you at that one where we yelled so loud that we broke the decibel
we were there.
I was there. I was there too. Yeah.
Well, why didn't you holler at us?
I don't know. I mean, I was yelling. Did you not hear me?
Yeah, was there. The thing was right down in front of us too. So the recording.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was fun.
That's amazing. What do you love about living here? That's a good one.
It's a great community. We have great neighbors that live by us on both sides, all around us. Communicate with them all the time. Savannah's easy to get around. Pretty relaxed. The city workers, they come when you need them, and there's a couple times we needed them, and they were right there. I can't remember the young man's name, but he was there and took care of the problem fast. It's just a nice local community that everybody can react to.
Thank you for listening today. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thanks to our sponsors, Sweet Storage, Greater Than Financial, Edward Jones, Jason Sarsney, Genius Cafe. We'd also like to thank Scooters Coffee, United Fiber, and NCMC. We also want to thank the Bunker Club. Check out their websites down below in the show notes. And that's a wrap for this week's podcast. Thank you again for all your support, and we'll see you next week. Thank you.